Hi guys, it's me again, World of WWE, and in today's video I'll be continuing this Journey of Wrestling series. So we just wrapped up WrestleMania Backlash, and I thought we'd continue our two shows to Hell in a Cell. So we're right now at Monday Night Raw, and we can start off by booking the show. So I think we'll check first the roster. We'll check the roster to we just wanna titles. We wanna see who's holding our titles, because I literally forgot I think I forgot who's holding the title, so we'll check that out in a bit. Okay, so here's our roster. Champion Seth Rollins, WWE Champion. Rhea Ripley, Raw Women's Champion. Braun Breaker, WWE Universal Champion. Ronda Rousey, WWE Smackdown Women's Champion. Riddle, WWE United States Champion. The Mysterios, WWE Raw Tag Team Champion. And Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan, WWE Raw Tag Team Champions. Sheamus, Intercontinental Champion, and the Usos Tag Team Champions. So I think we could book an interesting twist for our WWE Champion, seeing that we hosted a Fatal 5-Way, I think, for that title. If you look back at the previous video, it was a Fatal 5-Way. Included a lot of the top guys like Roman Reigns and all of them. So we'll be going for something like that. So let's book our show for tonight. So we will be booking a singles match. I think, yeah, singles match. So what I'm wondering is, we book a program to open the show where Seth Rollins hypes up his sort of title win. Start off the show with something like that. Okay, so we'll book a segment like this, and we'll be taking part in the promo. Participants. We'll be selecting our participant, Seth freaking Rollins, taking part in that. Wait, I need to figure this out. Seth Rollins feuds. Seth Rollins segment. Okay, so I'll leave this at that. We won't be starting it off with a segment. Just leave the segment, because I think we gotta book a somewhat number one contenders match for the tag team titles. Seeing that the Usos won the tag team titles, we'll be placing the New Day, which is Kofi and Xavier Woods. Whoa, this is our main event. Okay, that's the main event. So we will just be adding a contenders match for our main event, which will be inclusive of people. What was part of that match will be Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, and wait, I need to put multi on so that we can select Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, and we will be throwing in Cody Rhodes into that match. So that will be our triple threat contenders match for the WWE Championship. The winner will obviously be facing Seth Rollins inside a Hell in a Cell match at Hell in a Cell. Next, we'll be moving on to the women's title division, the Smackdown Women's the Raw Women's Championship, I think. Yeah. So as we will be moving on to the Raw Women's Champion, who's currently holding the title. I think we should check that out. It's Rhea Ripley. So we need to book some heated. There's gonna be heat between Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. So we have to see a viable opponent for Bianca Belair now. So we got Bianca Belair, which will be taking on. I don't have a lot of good female wrestlers on the show. So I think we could throw Bianca Belair against Alexa Bliss. And that will decide who will be taking on Rhea Ripley. So I think that should work. That match should work. Bianca Belair versus Alexa Bliss. That's going to be our second match of the night. Then we're going to be booking a championship contenders match for the tag team champions. So it will be the Usos taking on the Hardys in another match. These two will be going at it. This is the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. I'll leave that out. We'll be focusing on the Raw Tag Team Champions, which is held by the Mysterios, but we will be letting the Alpha Academy go against Jinder Mahal and Shanky to determine the number one contenders for the tag team titles. Yeah, I think I'll be throwing that at it. And then we'll be moving on to. I think we should throw a segment in, but I'm just wondering, how do I add a segment in here? Okay. Oh, here's the promos. Oh, so we can book the promos, but I think we should book. Seth Rollins has the number one contenders match already running for his title, so I think we should book a Riddle promo looking for a opponent. A viable opponent. Someone's gonna come and demand a title at Riddle's US title. I think we should let Damian Priest take care of that. So it will be Damian Priest, which will be demanding a title shot. We need two people, Damian Priest, and I think Damian Priest and Tommaso Ciampa. That should work. Okay, so it will be Damian Priest and Riddle. They will be going at it to demanding a title shot. Priest will be demanding a title shot. So then, when Priest demands a title shot, I'll delete that because we will be putting Priest's title shot first. It will be Priest demanding a title shot, and they'll put Priest against Keith Lee in a match. Keith Lee and Priest in a match to determine the number one contender for the US title. That will make sense. So then we will book our segment. Title, demand a title shot. We'll be booking that segment. So that will be discussed between Riddle and Damian Priest. So that's how our show will be looking for tonight. So that is it. We'll be booking the show. As you can see, we'll be booking our show now. Play. Yes. Results. Demand title shot. Damian Priest is coming out to the ring to talk about who to face next. Damian Priest calls out Riddle and demands a title match. Riddle answers and holds his title up. Now Damian Priest is going in for a match. We'll see what happens here. So simulate this. Can Damien Priest pick up the win? So what happened transpired there is Keith Lee has beaten Damien Priest. So I think that should place Keith Lee in a match against Riddle, but we will be thinking about that. Riddle is going, so Keith Lee is the next number one contender for the US title. So now we will be moving on to Shank and Jinder Mahal versus Alpha Academy to see who will be taking on the Mysterios. Simulate. And Alpha Academy has got another title match against the Mysterios. Moving on to one half of the tag team titles, Alexa Bliss, the women's tag team titles, taking on Bianca Belair in another contenders match to determine who will be facing Rhea Ripley at Hell in a Cell. Let's see what transpires here. Bianca Belair has defeated Alexa Bliss, and she's going to face Rhea Ripley at Hell in a Cell. That's definite. So now we got our hyped up main event: Cody Rhodes versus the Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre versus Fight Owens Fight for determine who will face Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell inside a Hell in a Cell match for the WWE Champion. And Cody Rhodes has done it. So we got a stacked Hell in a Cell poster so far to take place. Because it's going to be Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins and Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. That's a good match. Good matches that's been brought upon. The only match that underperformed was Alpha Academy's match. Raw's Prestige is max. WWE's Prestige. So we'll be continuing to our next show. Another Monday Night Raw show. So I think we could book our Smackdown matches on this show right now, seeing that there's been no Smackdown matches held. So Roman Reigns will be calling out Braun Breaker. Roman Reigns is going to express his heat to... Okay, so we'll leave that for later. We'll be moving on to our singles matches. Okay, so we'll be kicking the show off with a tag team contenders match, which will be consisting of... Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio against... Tag team, which will be consisting of the Mysterios versus... the Usos versus the Hardys in a rematch. Which will be the Usos versus the Hardys in a rematch in a championship contenders match. Yeah, that will be the championship contenders match, which will be taking place in the main event of the night. So then we'll be moving on to another tag team match, which will be Dana Brooke, will be Alexa Bliss, and okay, so there will be no Alexa Bliss matches on the show for that time, so we'll be taking that off the show. So we'll be moving on to another program that I actually would love to start again. So Tommaso Ciampa will be taking on Finn Balor and Gunther to determine who will be taking on our Intercontinental Champion, which is Sheamus. So this match will be gotta be hyped. That's gonna be the match. And then we're gonna have to book some SmackDown Tag Team Championship, SmackDown Women's Championship action. So Ronda Rousey is the champion. We'll be booking Charlotte Flair, Naomi, and Xia Li, and Liv Morgan in a fatal 4-way match, which could secure Liv Morgan a second title in WWE if she can pick up that big win. That's gonna be the match to determine the championship there. And then we're gonna have to go on to another thing, which is the 24/7 champion will be on the line. Here, the 24/7 championship will be on the line. R-Truth will be taking on Reggie and Akira Tozawa in a triple threat match for the 24/7 champion. Then, moving on to the championship picture, which Roman Reigns will be demanding a title match against Braun Breaker. And then Braun Breaker will be giving him the title match, which we will be witnessing at which will be consisting of Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker. So that will be about it for tonight's show. I'll be placing that feud on the table. Title shot. Demanding a title shot will be Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker. That will be feuding for that title, basically. Braun Breaker book. So that will be the beginning and the end of this show. So we will be playing that show to see how it plays out, as we're going to be starting off with demanding a title shot. Roman Reigns is coming out to the ring to talk about who he to face next. Roman Reigns calls out Braun Breaker and demands a title match. Braun Breaker answers and holds up the title. Braun Breaker got over with the fans, boosting his work rate, charisma, popularity changes, gimmick, effectiveness, feud hypeness, and the chance to have hot matches and segments. Braun Breaker's overness, Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker. Okay. So 24/7 title match, we'll be simulating it. Reggie versus Akira Tozawa versus 24/7 champion R-Truth. R-Truth came out on top as he retained the title against both Reggie and Tozawa, which got us a 3-star match. And our segment got us 4.5 stars. I was surprised in that. Now we got a big fatal 4-way, which consists of Women's Tag Team Champion Liv Morgan, Xia, Naomi, and Charlotte to determine the next contender for Ronda Rousey's Smackdown Women's Champion. Liv Morgan has earned a big opportunity to become two champions at once, and Xia suffered a severe injury. That is not good. Injury revenge feud potential between Xia and Naomi. Naomi injured Xia. That could be a good feud for when Xia returns. I could get that on. I could boost that feud up. And that got a 3 and about a quarter sort of match. But besides that, we're moving on to who will be facing Sheamus for the Intercontinental Champion next. Is Gunther, Finn Balor, and Tommaso Ciampa in a triple threat match. Who will be facing him next? And Finn Balor has taken it under his wing to take on Sheamus, the Intercontinental Champion. As they say, interesting story. The match has been 4.5 star match. Continue. WWE SmackDown Tag Team Champions on the line. The Usos versus the Hardys. If the Hardys pick up this win, they win the Tag Team Champions, and they will be going to Hell in a Cell to defend it against the Usos. If they lose, they will still get a Tag Team Championship match at Hell in a Cell, because the Usos were keeping them a bit strong, so we decided to give this main event a go. The Usos defend the tag team titles against the Hardys to retain the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. 4-star match, and Hell in a Cell is up and coming. So I'll be checking you guys in the next video. And I see Rhea Ripley, Xylee has gotten a broken back 5 to 9 months. That's gotta be hectic, so she's gotta be looking for revenge. And all to find out about all of that, you gotta stay tuned for the Journey of Wrestling series. So if you guys enjoyed this video, you could smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and click the notification bell to not miss any content. And I'll be back again. As always, I'm out, guys. Peace.